Guys, Dr. Prometheus here. Welcome back. It is time. We are ready. The database is out. I failed you guys yesterday. Not today. We'll get this done. We will be doing what is the first episode of Road to the League. If you don't know, was a big Road to the Show player in MLB The Show, and I do a typical franchise portion in Football Manager that is called Road to the League. So the goals in this are to take our manager, our player. So instead of it being a franchise where we take a team all the way up and build it, we are a manager. We're going to be starting in the bottom tiers of English football, and we will take our manager up to the Prem. The goal is to win the Prem, win an FA Cup, win a Champions League. Let's do it this way because it's easier. Yeah, win a Champions League. So those are the biggest goals there. And obviously it's by step. Get promotion, get up, build a team, build the financials, and maybe we move a team. You never know what opportunities are out there. We might pigeonhole ourselves into one or another. But in this, typically we go out and we start with the day of this. So it's the 25th of November that I'm recording this. So we're going to fast forward all the way there. And I've kind of done a little bit of the prelim for this. So it starts a new career. All right. So I've kind of set it up. A Road to the League set up here. I have 10 nations set. View only, playable all the way down to the regional first divisions and above. Got 91,000 players in the advanced settings. This is what we're going to be doing for the advanced settings. Nothing crazy. I don't want to do attribute masking. So there will be a couple things that we will do with that. And attribute masking, we don't have it because we want to see the players that we're actually playing against. So there's that. And also it makes it a little bit easier to talk about scouting, things like that. It's for the video, really, for the most part. But we'll be using a lot of scouting. If we haven't scouted a player, we won't know what they are. So we're going to be doing it like that. We're going to be going original. Obviously, that doesn't matter at the end of the day. Players with continental reputation for everything, but UK and Ireland has based in nation. And then in Europe, players from top clubs are also going to be in there. So that's how we get that 91,000 player count. So the database, and then we will have to go through from there. All right, so there's like a weird bug. Sometimes it can happen. I'm gonna go unemployed. The weird bug was that it was putting you down in one of the random teams. So I'm gonna pick unemployed. Maybe it doesn't happen. I don't know. We'll see. So I have my manager here that I've kind of started going through. Management style, so energetic, systems builder. And let's go developer. We want to actually attacking. We are a very attacking type. For mental, disciplined, and resilient. And then for the background, put none here, non-playing role. Put none, but as a person that does a football manager, let's do commentator, and let's say amateur. I'm a very amateur commentator, very amateur as a football commentator. And in coaching badges, I put no qualifications. Sometimes this does work, sometimes it doesn't. And we're gonna go on a journey, traveling around. We're gonna travel around England, explore our options, and then we'll be back in November of 2025, and we'll see where we are. All right, we're back exploring England, and well, we have a couple of spots that have kind of joined up for us. Obviously, we won't take Manchester United or Fulham. That's crazy. So Stour Bridge in here, 7.64 is okay in finances. Is 20th here. They're in the Southern League Premier Central. The Southern League Premier Central would be in the 7th tier. So that is actually good. The Glass Boys. This uniform. War Memorial Athletic Ground. Let's see where they're at in the league. So they are 20th. Only 7 or so 0.8 points out of relegation zone. All right, we have our interview with Stourbridge on this one. Let's attend the interview. We're willing to assure us that you do a better job maintaining a good locker room. Yes. It won't be a problem. I'm gonna intend to commit to a long term. We'll see how it works. We'll make sure I deal. Okay. I think it takes passion, determination, fighting spirit to stay up. To avoid relegation. That's a fair target. I mean, I agree. Anything you ask for ahead? No, there's nothing that I would think of. All right, we'll see how the Stourbridge job comes through, and we should get it relatively. We had to wait until after Thanksgiving. Everyone's off, eating turkey, doing that whole thing, and we will accept this. It's only for 7 months, so it's all about what we can do with this. So we are the new gaffer, manager, whatever you want to call us, of Stourbridge. We take the hot seat here. They're the Glass Boys. We only wear white jerseys or gray jerseys because I guess that's the color of glass. I don't know. Stadium goes to War Memorial Athletic Ground. It's a 2,000 seat capacity. The stadium field condition is not very great. Our job is to avoid relegation, and we are in 20th in the league. When we are at 20th in the league right now, we are only... Wow, they won another game. So we are only a game in hand for Redditch United. But even with that, just 5 points outside the relegation zone in this. We're going to actually play a relatively smarter... we'll see how we are with the team. Youth setup is obviously poor. Our staff, we have a couple of vacancy roles, but for us on the coaching assignments, it is just ourselves, the head coach. We have a player assistant head coach, Tyrone Barnett, who is a striker, probably our best striker on the team. We have actually more coaches. Wow, okay. And our under 21s coach. So we have a couple of more coaches than typically that we have here. Okay. All right, so that is that. Let's go ongoing negotiation. Yeah, transfer budget. We don't have a budget. We'll look at the wage stuff when we look at it, everything. Expectations coming in next season. Okay. Player profile. Be competitive against Hales Owen Town. Avoid relegation and strive to make progress on and off the field. Ooh, I like this. Nice and colorful. I don't think I've seen this. Not because they've added it, because I just haven't seen it. The social media follows, average attendance, season ticket holders, moderates, core. Okay, we got some casual hardcore fans in there. Rival teams, Hales Owen and Stourport Swifts. Season expectations, avoid relegation. Did we get anything more from this? No. Get anything more from that? No. Let's confirm it all. 2 players are currently unhappy. Group playing time has been changed from French option. And same thing. So we'll have to sort through that. The Stourbridge captain. Alex Jones, who's 31, is the... No, not that Alex Jones. Not the one of fame and infame, depending on who you are. This is the English soccer player who's injured with a fractured lower leg. He is the team captain. Vice captain Charlie Price, the goalkeeper, is 30 years old as well. Backup goalkeeper at that. We'll have to see how that is. Let's confirm the captains. We don't want to change anything like that. So that will be the start there. Let's see where our next game here is in the FA Cup, or FA Trophy, against Real Bedford. Will be our first game. I'll have one game for you in this episode. So let's look at our squad. We have 17 players broken down into 2 goalkeepers. We have the 4 defenders, all central defenders. So we'll probably have to play the 3 at the back. We have a left and right wing back. Yeah, we're going to have to play a 5 at the back, probably. Middle, not great. Okay. Now let's look at the squad by general info. All right, so our best player on the team is Ethan Fremantle. He is wanted by Ebbsfleet United. He is on a free right now. 25 years old. Good channel forward. Good work rate for him. Not the at this level decent technicals. Has some good portions of mentals. Physicals pretty average but good at this portion. He's going to be our striker up top. Solanke is out because of a back strain, so he's going to be at 24 years old. This is going to be probably our box-to-box midfielder. Next one is Jason Sumnall. Okay, so defending, we have a couple of decent defenders. He still has some growth. He is 20 years old. I'm looking through a couple of these guys. Freddie Westfall has a bid loan from Haynes. I think we might actually deny that because at 18, he looks pretty good here. Good tackling, marking, heading. I mean, he could actually, besides his physicals, needs more acceleration. Looks like a pretty good player for us to have here. When we're looking at the salaries, again, we play it by year. Our highest paid player, Alex Jones, 31, is the captain, 59,000 a year. Blaine Rowe is next one, 23. Just have pretty good mentals and physicals. We'll see. As for the expires, everyone expires next year. So we just sort through this and see what we have when we make our formation. So what we're going to be playing, I think we're going to play a wing play formation, I'm thinking. Maybe. Actually, we might play a fluid counterattack and play a 3-4-3 narrow out of possession. Or in possession, and then out of possession, we might play a 5-back. So what does this actually mean in the grand scheme of things? So our Charlie Price is going to be here. At there, obviously, we do have someone in on loan. I did not see that. Okay, Naro is not the greatest. How much are we paying for Naro in this? 4.6. Let's see if we can actually terminate this loan. So let's terminate this loan. I'm like paying 4.6 a year for this is not a great plan. For the financials of the team, let's look at the financials. That's one thing that we do have to look at in club. Financials, not great. We're spending about 400K a year. We're about 140, 160 in the hole. So we need to actually make some smart decisions in the grand scheme of things. All right, so I had to make a couple of signings here. Our wage is going to be a lot better because of that that bit of cooldown that we did with this expenditure. This is going to be down a little bit more because of everything. So the reason why I had to do that is because we didn't have enough of players in the squad, because Harvey is out for 4 to 7 weeks. Tom Solanke's out for 8 to 3 and 7 to 3 months for Alex Jones. So unfortunately, this is what we're having to go with. We do have an under 21 that I might bring back as well. All right, so to give you an idea of what this team is all about, as I read this off Wikipedia wise, is Stourbridge is known as the Glass Boys because the glass cutting industry in the city. So that's why they were in there. It's a club from 1876, known as Stourbridge Standards, and by the late 1880s, it was just known as Stourbridge. So that is a big one. Give you a little idea of why it's called the Glass Boys. Now, their best performances at this point, FA Cup was in the 3rd round in 2016, 2017, 2nd round, and in the first rounds they got into just recently in 2019, 2020. Best FA Cup performance or FA Trophy was quarterfinals. Best FA Vase was quarterfinals, and Best Welsh Cup performance was runners-up in 1973, 1974 when they did compete in the Welsh Cup. So that should give you a bit of an idea of this team and why they're known as that. Now let's do player introduction. Oh, I thought this was introducing myself to the players themselves. I know how to do this, Football Manager. Intake preview. Good intake. It says goalkeepers, center backs, central midfielders. Actually, things that I need. So that is a plus, especially for center backs. We'll see how that ultimately goes through. We need some good performances, though, as we play through. So here is the set pieces that we're going to be looking through, but also meet the players. Let's meet the players first. I'm Dark. Great to have you. Looking forward to hearing what you have to see. We're going to be attacking. And building an adaptable, accessible, position-based system. Culture of resilience. Okay. It's pretty much going through your stuff. Now set pieces. I don't need the invitation for set pieces, but I do need to do set pieces. All right, so we are going to go central on this. Depending. Actually, let's go far post. If it's far post, then let's have it be an out swinging. And we're going to be balanced on here, but then we'll take a hybrid on a defending set piece. I want both posts marked. And I want you to play in a counterattack balance. Who's going to be taking... Brad Budd is going to be taking that. I do like his crossing. This should be pretty good. He has good tackling. Okay, so that should be fine. With the tactics team instructions, we're going to be playing a bit of a standard. Let's play with a standard set here. Second width is fine. Let's not do any time wasting. Let's see balance, see how it is. I want to counterattack, keep the ball in play. From that, our build-up strategy, I think I want to play. We're going to play a bit balanced on that. Let's play that balanced dribbling. Let's encourage some dribbling quickly as possible on the counterattack. Crossing is fine. Let's pass into space, pass through. Let's just see how we do in dribbling, though. Let's play with a standard defensive line. I want to press the goalkeeper with our two or three up top. I don't want to drop off more because we'll invite pressure. Don't want to get stuck in. I don't want to get as many bars. I want to counter press. I want to press, but I want to play a standard mid block first with this. So our first bring in for this, because we needed more probably in the midfield, but also up top. Taylor Cassip, good passing. We're going to train him as an attacking midfield. Bravery up there. Aggression's good. Determination. Not the fastest, but good natural fitness. Stamina, he should actually grow to be a decent little player in this. It's only 2.7K a year, which is within what we were playing for that loan in the first place. So we'll take that. And there's 4 other players that we're looking at possibly bringing in as we go through this. And then we'll kind of casually decide from there who will actually hold from that as we go in, because I expect a couple of players to actually leave the team. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have to play this because they're a little bit not fit. And conditioning and fitness is a little bit of a stretch here at this level, so we're just going to have to prepare for it. And some people are just going to be absolutely gassed at this point. But a 5 in the back should make us a little bit more defensively sound. They're also playing the same thing, a 5-2-3. Here we go. I'm going to have this to key in broadcast. So we'll see how many key moments that we actually get here. Here's Price sticking out from the back up to Verma. Sumnall, good moving around. Westfall moves it up to Rowe. Rowe going quickly down the far side. That's a shot. Morel out here to Manning, playing it top of the box, cross in. We will win it. T though has a shot and it's past Price. Maybe we need to play more positive out here. I think they're a better quality than we are, so I would not expect anything big from us. Like I said, better quality. I know Bennett's kind of struggling here, but can we get something? Bud out to Verma. Sumnall. Westfall looking out to Rowe. Rowe trying to cross. Not mad at that. I'm just slightly disappointed. Just slightly disappointed. So now Barnett plays it up. Not going to win that, but Barnett's there. Fremantle. Abbey. There we go. Shot, and it's in! Yes, Abbey! From distance! Let's go! What a shot here near the top of the box. Lower league football for you, ladies and gentlemen. Lower league football. Going over here, far side. Timmy Davies trying to make this a 3-1 and put this out of reach for us. Going back post, and there it is. Theo Flanagan. All right, we're going to play very attacking. We are going to play with a bit more. Let's see, maybe we get a little bit more there. Nope. So we lose our first game 3-1 in what is against a actually really good team in Real Bedford, the Southern Premier Central. So I'm not happy with the performance, but that's still a very good team at this level. And for us to only have a 3-0 or 3-1 loss there is not the greatest. The turnaround time did not help as well with this. So we'll kind of see how this goes. A couple of our signings to end this episode of our road to the league. Yes, we're knocked out. They're going to be angry about that one. So it kind of is what it is. They want Westfall. I'm going to reject this because he's going to be playing. And we're going to bring in Griffiths. Griffiths here can play a little midfield, but also up top. We'll see how this ultimately goes. Good passing. So we'll see if we can get this going. Also, since we have this subs, I don't think we should worry about this. This should probably be a player playing at 5. So it's going to be a big one. Expectation and promises here. We bring in Griffiths. Here he's everyone is kind of delighted by that. All right, so that's what we're ultimately going to do. We're going to have one more in the next episode we'll go through, and I think we'll be back at the end of this transfer window. We'll have a couple of transfers we'll be working into January. And I think with these Hales Owen Town, which is a rivalry game, we'll be back next episode with that start of that rivalry game and then into Barwell, and we'll see where we are in the league. So I'm having fun with this. A little bit of here and there. Looks like they actually fixed some of the bugs that I saw work the space and some other ones, or maybe because I went on a holiday vacation that I didn't get the bug he did. I don't know, but it works now and it looks good. We are going to be doing this save every day during the week. This week might be a little bit different because of Thanksgiving. So that's on Thursday in the US. So there might be a little bit of a hectic schedule, but try to do this every day during the week. Weekends, not so much. Weekends, of course, we'll be streaming things like that, but other games. But this, I'm going to try to get this out 5 days a week, and we'll have fun with that. So thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys next time. Later.